For some new information in the murder of Felicia Johnson.
Nearly 2 months since she was last seen, her remains still have not been found. Now new court documents show how investigators linked a suspect to her murder.
Good morning, Erica and Jeff. We're live here from where Felicia Johnson was last seen alive. It's the outcome that no one wanted and the gruesome details in the new charging documents.
April 15th, 2022, Houston, Texas. A 24-year-old woman travels from California to celebrate her birthday and find a fresh start. She never makes it back home. Her phone is found at a park, covered in blood. Her body is missing. And the man she spent her last night with is buying trash bags, a mechanical saw, and Googling how to get away with murder. This is the story of Felicia Johnson. And it is one of the most chilling cases you will ever hear. Disclaimer. Before we go further, this story contains graphic descriptions of violence, murder, and dismemberment. Please use your own discretion before continuing. We want the suspect to know that the no snitch policy will never protect you in our community, that we are coming for you, we are looking for you, and we will leave no stone unturned in trying to find out your whereabouts. We will not rest until you are held accountable for this crime. And this was a wicked crime. A crime against women, a crime against humanity.
The suspect to know that the no snitch policy will never protect you in our community, that we are coming for you, we're looking for you, and we'll leave no stone unturned in trying to find out your whereabouts. But at the end of the day, we want this brother to know we will not rest until you're held accountable for this crime. And this was a wicked crime and a crime against women and a crime against humanity.
Those words were spoken by activist Cornell X at a press conference held by community members who refused to let Felicia Johnson's case go cold. Because the police had a suspect. They had DNA evidence. They had surveillance footage. They had a search history that read like a horror movie script. And still, for months, that suspect was on the run. Felicia Johnson was 24 years old, smart, vibrant, full of life. She traveled from San Diego, California to Houston, Texas, looking for opportunity, looking for a new beginning. Instead, she met a man named Chukwubuika, and she was never seen alive again. So if you are here for true crime that doesn't flinch, that tells the whole truth, hit that subscribe button. We post new cases every single day. Real stories, real victims, real justice that is long overdue. Felicia Marie Johnson was born and raised in San Diego, California. Her family described her in the most beautiful terms. Felicia is a beautiful young lady. She's very smart, very intelligent. She's the life of the party. She loved her family deeply. She loved life fully. And she wanted more for herself, the kind of ambition that makes people pack a bag and take a chance on something new. On April 10th, 2022, Felicia celebrated her 24th birthday surrounded by the people who loved her most. Her family, her friends, the people who had watched her grow up and believed she was going places. It was a happy celebration. Indeed, a moment of joy that none of them knew would be one of their last memories with her. 5 days later, Felicia boarded a flight to Houston, Texas. The plan was simple. Houston had opportunities she hadn't found in San Diego. She was going to explore the city, find work, and build something new for herself. Nobody could have imagined what was waiting for her. Her father would later say, "It's a tragedy that you've been caught up in this net of whatever they got going on out here. But we are working very hard to get you back. I love you. Everybody in the family loves you. Just stay strong. We are coming for you." But by the time those words were spoken, it was already too late. April 15th, 2022. Houston, Texas. Felicia had been in the city for 2 days. She had already been in contact with a man named Chukwubuika through an online escort website. They had agreed to meet for $500. That night, Felicia went to a local adult nightclub called Cover Girls off West Little York. She was trying to apply for a job. She needed work, and this seemed like an option. But she was turned away. So at 2:56 in the morning on April 16th, she needed a ride. And Wobo was already on the phone. He ordered an Uber for her. The Uber picked Felicia up and took her to the 3200 block of Windchase Boulevard, Wobo's old address. From there, Wobo personally picked her up in his car and drove her to his apartment on South Richmond Avenue. That was the last time anyone outside of that apartment saw Felicia Johnson alive. The next day, her family back in California started calling. No answer. They sent texts. No response. No social media activity. No credit card activity. No cell phone pings. She had simply vanished off the face of the earth. Her family immediately reported her missing to the police, and then, not willing to wait, they also hired a private investigator. That decision would prove critical. The private investigator was able to ping Felicia's cell phone and locate it at Bear Creek Pioneers Park, several miles from the nightclub. A family friend went to the park and found it. The phone was covered in blood. I can't put it into words. I'm trying to hold myself together and not just break down. I don't know where my baby is or what's being done to her. Those were the words of Kevin Johnson, Felicia's father, as he flew from California to Houston to join the search for his daughter. And what nobody knew yet was that the man responsible wasn't hiding. He was shopping. While Felicia's family was desperately searching for her, Chukwubuike Wobo was busy covering his tracks. And he left a trail so obvious, so damning, it reads like the confession he never gave. April 16th and 17th, just 1 and 2 days after Felicia disappeared. Wobo was caught on surveillance cameras at Walmart. He had a bandage wrapped around his right hand. And he was buying trash bags, a flashlight, and towels. He also purchased a mechanical saw. Then he went to Home Depot and bought more supplies. Hospital records would later show that on the morning of April 16th, just hours after Felicia was last seen alive, Wobo visited a local clinic for treatment on his right hand. He told staff he had cut himself while opening boxes. But that wasn't the extent of what investigators would uncover. April 20th. Wobo's Gmail account shows a search for whether bleach or vinegar could destroy DNA. April 27th. He searched how to delete your history completely. April 28th. He Googled multiple ways on how to get away with murder. He also searched how to be a serial killer. And in the same period, he looked up the 15 cheapest places to live in the world. He was planning to run. May 3rd. His account searched whether police could check the phone records of a missing person and whether police could unlock a phone during an investigation. He was monitoring the investigation, trying to stay one step ahead. And then, on April 30th, nearly 2 weeks after Felicia vanished, his Google search history showed he was back on Houston escort websites. While a woman's family was tearing the city apart looking for her, he was looking for his next victim. The investigating detective later stated in court documents, "I believe Felicia is deceased and was likely dismembered." On May 13th, 2022, nearly a month after Felicia's disappearance, Houston Police Department executed search warrants for Wobo's car and apartment. What they found was devastating. In his apartment, investigators discovered strong forensic evidence of Felicia's DNA, bloodstains throughout the rooms, the kind of evidence that tells a story even when no one is talking. In his car, they found a gun, a large kitchen knife, a shovel, latex gloves, receipts for the supplies he had purchased, and blood. In the trunk, in the back seat, Felicia's blood. Around the same time, Wobo was stopped during a routine traffic stop. He was taken into custody briefly, but there wasn't enough to formally charge him at that moment, and he was released. However, a cell phone found in his front pocket was seized. What investigators found on that phone stopped them cold. It contained a photograph of a dismembered female body, along with 3 additional photographs of deceased individuals. The people in the photos were not identified. No metadata was attached to them. Nobody knows who those people are, or were. After reviewing all the evidence, the blood, the DNA, the search history, the receipts, the photographs, investigators officially charged Chukwubuike Wobo with the murder of Felicia Johnson and tampering with evidence. But by then, he was gone. Wobo had disappeared, a wanted man, a fugitive, and Felicia's body still had not been found. 10 months passed. 10 months of Felicia's family living in agonizing uncertainty. 10 months of not knowing where she was, not being able to bury her, not being able to grieve properly. Then, in February 2023, a forestry worker was in the Sam Houston National Forest near Flamingo Lakes and Highway 149. In the middle of the woods, far from any road, they found something: human remains. Montgomery County detectives and investigators responded immediately. The remains were clearly human, skeletal after months in the forest. Near the remains, investigators found a trash bag. The same type of trash bag Wobo had been captured buying on surveillance footage. DNA analysis and dental record comparison were conducted. Tonight, a father believes the remains of his daughter, who went missing nearly a year ago, may have been found. Kevin Johnson had been waiting 10 months for news, and when it finally came, it was the worst kind. The remains were confirmed to be those of Felicia Johnson. She had been out there for nearly a year, alone, in the forest, in a trash bag. Whenever they release her, then I will be able to have a service for her and pay her the respects that she needs. Her father's words, quiet and broken, spoke for every family member who had spent 10 months hoping for a miracle that never came. As of the making of this video, Chukwubuike Wobo remains a fugitive. He is charged with the murder of Felicia Johnson and tampering with evidence. He is wanted by the Houston Police Department, and he is still out there. The community has not forgotten. Activists, family members, and strangers who never knew Felicia have kept her name alive, kept the pressure on, kept demanding that someone find this man and bring him to justice. We will not rest until you have been arrested. Anyone with information on Wobo's whereabouts is urged to contact the HPD Homicide Division at 713-308-3600 or Crime Stoppers at 713-222-8477. Felicia Johnson was 24 years old. She traveled to a new city with hope and ambition, and the same dream that millions of young people carry every single day. The dream of something better. She didn't deserve what happened to her. Nobody does. But what makes her story even harder to accept is that there was a man out there with a history of violence, a prior investigation for attempted sexual assault, and a willingness to search how to be a serial killer on the internet. And he was free, walking around, answering ads online and ordering Ubers for women he intended to harm. The system didn't catch him in time, and a young woman paid for that failure with her life. Our sincerest condolences go out to Kevin Johnson, to Felicia's mother, her siblings, her friends, and everyone who loved her. May Felicia's memory be a blessing. May her story push someone to come forward with information about Wobo's whereabouts, and may she finally get the justice she deserves. Rest in peace, Felicia Johnson. Your family never stopped looking for you, and we will never stop talking about you. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, share it. Someone out there might know where Wobo is. And hit that subscribe button for daily true crime content that demands justice and refuses to let victims be forgotten. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one.